Boyfriend showers only once a week and I don't know to convince him to do it more. My boyfriend only showers once a week. After a while, he starts to smell and his hair gets greasy. He also wears the same clothes for days and rarely shaves. I told him that it was nasty to me. But he doesn't care. He says that once a week is way enough and that showering too much isn't good for the skin. Honestly, I lost a lot of attraction because of that. Physically and sexually. I asked him if he was depressed. But he told me that it wasn't the case, that's just the way he likes it. I just wished he made an effort. I feel like his mother and I'm getting tired of it. He wasn't like this in the beginning. I just don't understand. That's a great reason to break up with someone. Tell him that you think it's disgusting. If he doesn't realize his own girlfriend wants him to have proper hygiene standards, then he sucks lol. If he cares so little about himself, what makes you think he will care for you any different? He showers once a week. He's setting you up to have constant BV and yeast infections. Break up with him. He's nasty. Yeah, you need to leave him and have some self-respect. Oh, you tell him by leaving. I'm no longer physically or sexually attracted to you. And it's embarrassing to be in public with you. If you won't change your ways, I'm out. Y'all stop wasting your young years on these dirty-assed boys. PLS. Bad hygiene is hard to ignore. He's trying to get you to leave instead of just asking for a breakup. None of us should be subjected to a mate who has poor hygiene to this extent. You've told him how you feel. He does not care about your feelings. You can continue to put up with this or move on. Tell him no shower, no pussy. And if he is only doing it once a week, then up the ante to once a month, and that is only if he is. Showers. Personally, I would dump this dirty scumbag before I would spend another minute with this lazy prick. You have a dead-end relationship because he will only get worse. In my opinion. I ain't sucking your dick again until you do something about your hygiene. Trust me, that will get his attention. Bro lets it crust. You can't. But why stay with someone you're not attracted to? If he has no reason to care. Neither do you. You're not his mother. Leave. If you let this relationship continue, you'll end up taking care of him. The house. The kids. If you already feel like his mom, you'll feel more and more like his mom the longer this goes on. Eek no. That's like saying I brush my teeth only once a week. It's laziness. Don't be lazy. Find you a man that take care of himself and he will take care of you well too. Move on. Only answer to your problem. I was like this for, in total, maybe 10 months. I was aged 11-12, and did in an act of defiance and attempting to be my own person 6 siblings. But I learned quickly and thank God cut that shit out in my preteen years. If it bothers you, move on and find someone else. Make sure they take showers this time. Why are you still with him? This has 12-year-old boy vibes. He probably is depressed. Or has some other kind of executive functioning disorder. And he just doesn't know it. His brain is coming up with rationalizations to justify the lack of ability to do it. Tell him you're only having sex with him on his shower days. He will get his ass right back in line. El Mao, the name of the account. Yeah dude, just end things. People have ended relationships for lesser things. You should be like, listen Stinky. You ain't getting inside of this until you clean yourself up. I ain't trying to have put a clothespin on my nose or worry about a UTI cause you can't stand under hot water for 10 minutes and rub some soap on yourself. Tell him, this is an issue I had with my husband. It sucks. It's unattractive. And feeling like their mom is the worst. I told him. He listened. I told him that I won't kiss him anymore, and if I keep feeling like his mom, then this will not work. If he cares enough, he will make an effort. You might have to remind him sometimes. As long as it gets less and less and you can telephone he's putting in the effort, that's okay. Be patient, but don't let him take advantage and get gross again. Red flag if he turns it back on you and makes you feel guilty for something when you guys talk about this. Red flag if he doesn't make an effort. I mean, if you want to share your body with someone, the least you could do is maintain good hygiene. I'd stop fucking him. Who wants a pissy, unwashed dick inside them? That's how you get a UTI. I would suggest maybe going on a break. I dealt with this with an ex, and when he realized I was serious about losing my attraction to him, he started getting better at taking care of himself. You are not alone. I think this is actually quite common. Ew. Just leave his nasty ass. He's not changing his behavior and you hate how things are. The solution is clear. If you still lay down with him knowing he only showers once a week, you're just as disgusting as he is. TBH. Break up with him. Sounds like he's a man-child. Why are you with him? He doesn't gaff and is a dirtball. Dump him. Tell him no more noshing until he starts washing. Spider Courier. Sounds like a guy the first dated for a bit many moons ago. The only thing that isn't good for your skin and staying in the water for hours, and it's demon hot. Lol. Leave his ass, you'll end up with some type of infection. Don't try to convince someone to do the bare minimum. Just dump him. Tell him why too. He's nasty and you are not attracted to nasty men who don't keep themselves clean. Tell him you don't like it and that you'll leave if he doesn't do it. I'm sure he'll do a 180. Just be intimate with him. On the days he takes a shower, and make it clear to him that you won't even give him a kiss if he hasn't started the day with a shower. I wouldn't even sleep in bed with someone like that. Tell him that if he can only take a shower once a week, you can also only be intimate on the days he takes a shower. If that doesn't solve the problem, get out. Is this consistent or sudden? If consistent, dump him. There's no excuse for him to be that fucking dirty unless he's experiencing mental health struggles. Even then, I wouldn't leave it alone. Therapy and working on it, or I'm heading on out. Bet he ain't getting your cat face wet anymore smelling like that. You can't convince him to shower more if he doesn't believe it's a problem. You've done everything you can. I'd be reconsidering the relationship at this point. Just be straight up and say it's nasty. A bit OT, but I had a bad nail biting problem, and it wasn't until a friend at school said, "You bite your nails? That's really nasty." Did I stop because I was so embarrassed. But haven't done it since, and that was 20 years ago. Honestly, if he cares that little for your concerns and what makes you uncomfortable, he isn't worth it. This may only be the start. If he doesn't care now, why would he care for your future concerns? Leave before you tangle yourself up further in his mess. Don't even try it. Just go. It's not worth it. He liked it like that and doesn't care that you don't find him attractive. I have been married for 6 years and I want a divorce. This is one of the reasons. Ended up married to a guy with horrible hygiene. I had yeast infections every time I turned around that whole time. Almost 10 years later now, and my pH down there is still completely out of whack. My husband once told me he could smell garlic on my skin the day after I had a really garlic-heavy dinner, and I've avoided it in excess ever since because I was horrified. Even though he said it wasn't bad. Him having no concern or reaction to your feedback is a major red flag.